Ready?
Yeah.
Okay. So I've put up the California dashboard, dashboard part of our strategic regional analysis dashboard to show, and I heard earlier this morning in one of the talks that nobody knew of anybody who had mapped the California dashboard outcomes across the state. We've done it across our district per school, showing high performing, low performing, whether an increase, maintained, or declined. And you can see from the map that each one of our schools, whoops, wrong one. Each one of our schools is mapped here, and by clicking on it or hovering over it, it'll give you the detail. And you can filter on the basis of our SRA region, on the indicator, whether it's English language arts, math, or English learner progress, graduation rate, or suspension rate. You can also filter on the basis of school level, or if you want to see district-run or charter schools.
Wow. And Susan, how do people use this in your district?
Well, this is part of the strategic regional analysis, which is a strategic planning tool it's an annual tool that we generate every year, and we pull in as many data points as we can across the district and port them into one location on the internet so that our internal stakeholders, teachers, principals, network soups, deputy chiefs across the district can use these tools in strategic planning decisions so their decisions can be data driven. This gives them a sense of what this is our general school performance indicator that we're using now. The nice thing about this school performance indicator is that we have the same indicator for district run and charter schools. So we can compare across school types, which we have never been able to do in the past. So now we have apples and apples instead of apples and oranges. We can also compare across district to district. Because it's statewide, we're not showing the statewide schools here, but we have that capability now to be able to compare schools in our district against schools in other districts as well.
So that's really exciting. What is one challenge, do you think, or one that you've faced as you do this? And or advice that you get from the challenge you've already faced, and as people start and trying to do this with their own dashboard data?
Well, this particular dashboard, the California dashboard, is a subset of the data that's generated on the CDE California dashboard website. This is what we call the Oakland Public School report cards. It's the same data as the California dashboard data. We've just taken a subset in Oakland. And we have a statistician on staff that curates that data so that it's meaningful to our district. It's the same root data, but we put it in it's actually using the format of the statewide dashboards in terms of the colors. The indicators either show increased, maintained, or declined. But we do a lot of internal work just so that the data is aligned with the way our stakeholders are perceiving performance data within the different indicator types so that it is more meaningful to them.
And then just, you've had a lot of experience with place and space data, and so the power of it, the motivation to keep it going.
So this is really easy. This is probably the easiest GIS exercise there is, because this is simply X and Y coordinates in a SQL table, and each X and Y coordinate represents a school. We geocoded the schools. We do that every year. This is not GIS as far as I'm concerned, because this is simply adding points to a map. There's no spatial analytics going on here at all. This is simply a visualization.
Right.
But it allows us to see spatial variation across the district, and we have 5 regional areas, and I can actually zoom in.
Yes.
If I wanted to just look at the distribution of, I'll pick East because it has the most schools. This is going to zoom in just to the East region. One of the things you can notice right off the bat is that there isn't a school in the East region that is a green or a blue in terms of English language arts.
Mm-hmm.
We do have a number of schools that have an up arrow, which means that their scores have increased from one year to the next. So there is some growth shown there. There are a number that have decreased as well, but so this tool is simply a visualization tool, but it's a very strong tool in support of enabling our stakeholders to see the distribution of performance district-wide as well as within regions.
And so if you were adding a spatial layer to this for spatial data, you would put different overlays of different types of information.
I could add demographics. I could add if I was using a GIS, I might do a spatial join with demographics or any other economic indicator, whatever other kinds of indicators that would be meaningful.